Yeah, I listen to JID. Although who doesn't at this point? Anyone who didn't after Forever Story came out, I mean. At that point, you're not even really listening to the genre if you haven't listened to at least that album, right? Obviously, if you don't listen to the genre, then you're not gonna have listened. But if you listen to that genre and you haven't heard the Forever Story, I don't believe you. I guess that's the only point. I've listened to some Zillicom. I need to listen to more. I listened to Peggy. I love Peggy. Rockhampton was good when it was good. The last albums weren't very good. But they were already kind of done. They were just contracted. They had to do it. I missed the Summit Downside Party. What does that even mean? That has no meaning to me. Yeah, but when's the last time Kid Cudi made anything that didn't suck? Man in the Moon 3? Ski Mask, yes. X, no. X's music never really hit with me, I guess. It works. I did an all-better while singing. Feels like someone hit me with a grenade. Yeah, that would do it. Yeah. I know. No, I'm not arguing the Man on the Moon trilogy. Okay, Man on the Moon 2 was not good, but it had Mr. Rager. But that's like the last one. You know, that's the last. What has Kid Cudi done after that? No, I never hated rap music. I hate when people play it in the bathroom at full volume. There's a difference. There's a big difference, bro. Like, if I'm trying to take a dump, I don't want to hear music blasting from the other stall. That's kind of duh, you know? That does not make it any easier for me. Especially because a large majority of rap music I don't like. You got stuff like, I don't know, like... I don't know a lot of... Like, I don't like Cardi. I don't like a lot of, like, the bigger artists because their music means nothing. And not even, like, in a pretentious way. Just literally... You know what I mean? You guys have all heard songs where the point is just nothing. The reason I like stuff like Peggy's music, Kendrick, everyone else I mentioned, is it feels like there's a point to it, or it's trying to tell something, you know, some sort of like storytelling, or even just music that's trying something. It feels like a lot of music just doesn't try anything, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even say, I want to listen to more underground rap, because I wouldn't call Peggy or Denzel or anyone like that underground. You know, Red Veil was underground for a while, but not really anymore. Red Veil, I hope he continues the level of quality he's started with here. We'll see. Okay. But yeah, just like any other big genre, a lot of the bigger artists just aren't... It's just like, you know how your favorite games usually aren't the 10 out of 10 games, but they're like the 8 out of 10 games? It's just the same thing. It's like the stuff that goes a bit, you know, the stuff that's a bit out there that kind of appeals to you better. I listened to Tyler. No, Tyler's not underground, bro. If Tyler's underground, then I'm an underground GD streamer. I like Tyler, though. How can you feed me without donating? I don't know. If you really want, although I don't recommend this, you could just spam my videos over and over again until you get ads forever. Dude, what if someone had like a giant botnet of like like computers that just consistently clicked on videos and just watched through the ads. Like, what if there was someone who's done that in the past? Yeah. But yeah, I'm always down for like music recommendations. If you guys like, you've heard who I like: Denzel, Peggy, Brockhampton, Kendrick, those people, Red Veil, those kind of people. I'm always down for suggestions like that. But I haven't heard a lot of music out there that is like that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just struggling to find it. And also, those guys are just so good at what they do. It's crazy. Hey, Ox. Hey, Mr. Waffle, thank you for the raid. I like JD. That's already the truth. I also like Channel Trey, if you guys have heard them. Of course I do, they're the goats. Goat. Singular. Well, it's not quite so simple, but... he's really good. I wish Gorillaz made more songs like Opium. Dude, that song is so good. Have you guys listened to that song? So good. To be fair, I think Earth Gang was a pretty big help there. That's another right there, Earth Gang. So, okay, wow. That's amazing. Oh. Exceptional. Have I listened to that song? I think I, wait. Who's that by again? I think I have. Yeah, I love Baby Keem. Oh, we're talking about a GD level called Exceptional? I was talking about, I'm still in music mode. Hold on, wait, if I'm thinking, I might be able to share a song with you guys haven't heard, maybe. Let me... I think, unless I'm thinking of a different one, which I could be. Hold on. What is this song called? No, it is called Exceptional. Here, guys, you can, if you want a song, who's something. This is what I was thinking about. This is a good song. I just want muted VOD. I'm not, you know, it's not being played. It feels like the majority of artists in that niche I've listened to by now. Which usually just means time to find the next niche, you know? That's what that means. Also, I can't like death grips. I've been over this before. It's just not my thing. Oh, the Angel of the Demon's such a good, like, listening experience. Like, it's so good. I don't want to play this right now. Yeah, no, like, the songs themselves, like, listening to them, like, separately, it doesn't give you the same feeling as when you, like, just sit there and listen to all of them in a row. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like this song. Oh yeah, Lit Fuse in the context of the album, really good. I'm just not a Creo guy. It's not my cup of tea, I guess. You want to know the main when I think about recommending music to GD players, like my number one thought is usually listen to Fear of Dark. Like if you haven't heard Fear of Dark and you play GD and you like GD music, Fear of Dark is like, well, it's better than anything you're gonna find on GD, but Fear of Dark is the GOAT. No, Fear of Dark is a music artist. Fear of Dark Motorway is like the most, it has no words and is maybe the most emotional song I've ever heard in my life. But I think you have to be like, you have to have enough life experience to attach something to it, I think. If that makes sense. But yeah, I'd recommend, like, I don't even know what it is, like, for me, Motorway is like, it's like a journey through what was, you know? Not even so the past, but like the feelings that one would feel that no longer exist and can't exist, but an appreciation of said feelings nonetheless. In the growing acceptance that life moves beyond said feelings, and you'll have new feelings, and no feelings can be the same. That's what I get from the song anyway. Just listen to the whole album, because the Motorway is the name of the album too, and right before Motorway comes Polaris, and Polaris is an absolute, it's a banger. I love Polaris. That song means it. It's so good. Oh, you're banned. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're banned forever, Aurora. Oh my god. Isn't that crazy? Not for the 9th time. Dude, Mini went so well last night, you have no idea, guys. Except for the part where I almost legitimately S-ranked Makiva 1.1, which would have been, like, crazy. But because I literally entered the last 2 streams with, like, a 98.2 or something. But then I just, like, couldn't do it. I couldn't manip it or something. But I was FCing the streams. I was, like, unironically FCing every stream. And I was like, oh, ha, 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 ha. And then I got to the end and I went from like a 98 to like 93 because I just kept missing everything. And I was just like, this is the worst. It was so tragic. But whatever, you know? I got baited. I was like, "Oh, I'm the best. Let's get it!" And then it was over. Just literally, just in a flash. It was over. I was trying to manip through it, trying to do anything, and it was just like miss, lose, bad, gone, over. And I was like, "This is, oh, I was so sad." I can S it though. I want to do it. I know it's possible. I just need to make it possible. Is there like a frame this works? No. Okay. I can't manip. I'm the worst manipper of all time. That's not even a joke. I'm the single worst one. Why am I in the bottom right corner? Well, actually, I have no idea, because the last time I streamed, I wasn't in the bottom right corner, so, actually, who knows? Literally, what? Because the last time I streamed, I didn't move it. This last time I streamed. No, I didn't play Mania last stream. I literally just played GD and turned it off. Was it there yesterday? I'm not much of like I'm not much of like an album comparer, you know what I mean? I like Taboo and Melt My Eyes a lot. That's all, really. If I like a song, I like a song. And I don't really like ranking stuff and which one's better than the other one or whatever. Dude, I don't know. Manip is just like one of those skills I just don't have. I need someone to like teach me or something, because like literally, the only manip I can do is like when it's like algorithm, when it's like an algorithm, like the one in algorithm or Planet Shaper, where it's just like spam dump troll now. Or other than that, I can't do it. If the manip is more complicated than just jump trill, then I can't do it. And people like manip jacks, and I'm like, what do you mean? For real. I'll just go in both places. Yeah, but I don't get how it works. Like JKZU apparently like FC Aquarius 1.5 ending using it, but I don't know what it is. What buttons are you hitting that makes it different from just normally playing the? I don't know. It was like an 88% FC or something. It was crazy. Come on, me. We got work to do today. Come on, me. Don't you want to play? Yes. The Mania community has found the looting. I'm graduating high school tomorrow instead. The looting is so annoying to use. I'll take it off your hands if you don't. If it's too annoying for you, you know. You could just go ahead and give that over to me then, if that's fine. You know. I have no control over this character today. Yeah. I want a looting. I should get one. But I have an Apex Pro. I can't really justify that purchase. Okay, thanks. Cool. Well, thanks, Matt. What happened to you, Ox? 5-hour drive? Well, if I remember where you live correctly, wouldn't anything be that amount of distance? Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Some things might just be solved by me saying some things that aren't obvious. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you, Ox. Alright, you were on vacation. That's why you were driving for 1 billion hours. You need to play bridge. Dude, I was playing bridge last night. I was like, let's just have some fun. I was against Kronos. We were playing doubles, and he won every PvP in a row, and then roofed on me, like halfway into the game. And I was so done. Like, literally, you were already winning every PvP fight. I'm not even, and you weren't, I mean, you weren't scoring, but you were literally winning every PvP fight. What's with the roof, man? And now I'm never dueling him again, dude. I can't. We were like, it was like 2 a.m. We were like, it was like the most casual game. Well, I'm not. I got so mad. Like, really? No, we already did that. I know what that's like. It's like the same thing, but 9 ping, right? But otherwise, the same song and dance. Like, it's so stupid. Man, you need to cook up, like, the way to beat roofing. Everyone's, like, waiting around for someone to do it. We need to do it. Because I want it gone. Yeah, more 16-year-olds than 20-year-olds, but 16 to 20 is probably a decent range. Ninia's got me so motivated right now. It's crazy. Like, ridiculously motivated. The difficulty would someone have to beat to consider what game are we talking about here? That goes to Geometry Dash. I think you're good if you can beat an extreme at all. It shows enough understanding of the fundamentals. You know what I mean? Which sub is $5. The difference between beating like a hard demon and beating an extreme demon is you can beat a hard demon by like memorizing like the click pattern without really having a solid understanding about timings work and that sort of stuff, you know what I mean? But when you beat an extreme, there's not a whole lot of extremes out there where you need to understand timing to a degree where it's like natural. Like you do it without really thinking about it. Like you still think about it, but in the way where your brain shortcuts what you need to do, so it's a lot simpler than having to think out the whole timing. I haven't listened to the estate. I need to do that still. But this is weird. Is that an extreme? I guess I wouldn't consider you good if you just beat that, because that's just like, you don't necessarily need a wider understanding of the game to do that, I guess. Basically, getting good at games is like, I consider someone to be good at a game when their brain starts to make the shortcuts so that they can do harder stuff. And that happens I mean, anyone who's ever improved at any game knows that. Like, basically what it is you have a bunch of actions that you do, and then eventually your brain gets better at doing these actions faster with less thought, and then you can expand on those actions to make them either more precise or do more of them in a row. Because that's how much you can process now. And eventually the human brain can only do so many of them, which is why, you know, we're not able to, we don't just keep improving until we beat silent club step. I mean, silent circles, not silent. We figured out. We figured out the silent club step one. But, you know, once your brain starts that process of making those shortcuts, and then you start to put together those longer things, that's when you're good. That's when you can really say, like, you play a game, you know? No, Matt, that's not true. That's just genuinely not true because you play Mania. There's no way you're thinking about every single note that you're hitting. Mania is like the biggest example. Even like being able to do like a 3-star is enough for that, right? You can't be physically gated. Matt, do you see the stuff I'm doing? Like, that's not what makes us different, really. In fact, you're better than me at everything, so I think you're just, yeah. How about that? You're just not putting in the effort. That's what it is. And you know it. I know you know it. You can't sit here and be like, I just can't physically do it. That's not true, Matt. You're just not playing it enough. Same with Bridge, though. Like, you're not playing it enough to be able to say that. You can't say you're physically gated and then play for 2 hours a day and then once a week. It doesn't work that way. Like, I've literally been playing it every single day for the past, like, I don't even know how long. I've taken, like, 3 breaks. And I've gone up, like, a quarter of a rate, I think. But I'm going somewhere, you know? Yes, I do. I'm not saying, yeah, I mean, they're daunting. Yeah, I'm not saying that, but I'm not allowing you to say you're physically gated, my man. You're not, I'm not allowing that. That's like the big... You got the ball. Congratulations. This mouse is pretty good at micro clicks. Yeah. Mania is so fun. I found a map called Break It. A core jack map called Break It. I don't like core jack. I really don't. But that map really hit. It's like break. It's like 138 BPM, and it's dense, but it's not like all the transitions aren't stupid. Dude, I'm so mad at break, like the actual like break, like the one in Gamma, that one. I literally can't improve past the 95% on the base rate. I cannot. Every time I try, nothing happens. Like it doesn't matter how much better I get, and it's like 130 too. Like it's not hard. In fact, I think base rate's like 120 something. Literally 120 something. I just cannot hit it. Because the transitions from everything is just like bracket, 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 bracket. It's just literally bracket spam. I can't do those. It pissed me off. It's just dumb. I can't hit it. I can't. I swear I've gotten so much better, but it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. It's just like, I can't do it anymore. Blah, 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 blah. G102? That's not real. Look at the Shim Grobo. I like your name. G002. It's like 2 pieces of cardboard with a switch inside. I just want to get to the duel, man. Really, that's all I want. Except I want more than that, but right now, I just want the starting one I just said. Where I just get to the part that I want to. Yeah, I think 2.2 is going to have multiplayer mode, but it's going to be like super watered down from what he said it was going to be, unfortunately. Which sucks, because that is what I was like, that's like the only thing I cared about. And the random trigger. But the random trigger is still coming, so. That's not brown. It's too orange to be brown. I mean, I guess dark orange is brown eventually, but it's not past that threshold yet. That ain't chocolate. Unless my eyes are just tweaking. That's not chocolate. That's so orange, man. Right? Like, that's so orange. The line from dark orange to brown does exist, but it's way over there, not where that is. I'm not colorblind. I have many issues, but I can see all the colors that a normal human can see. Except I do have that one mail-coded glitch where I can't differentiate like navy blue from black at all. Because I literally thought my car was black until I saw it in like a certain light. I was like, oh, it's actually just navy blue. Huh. Interesting. It's like I can't. That's the one. I mean, yeah, the car paint doesn't help, but... D-Doyce is cool, think of the sub. It's not navy blue, that's sky blue. I know, I've seen the sky before. I know what sky blue looks like. I've been outside a few times. I know what it looks like. Man, yesterday kind of sucked because my parents were kind of close to where I was for like an event, and they wanted me to come. They brought the dog, and I haven't seen Elsie in a while, so I really wanted to go, but I was just too sick. I can't go that far away at this point, and that made me kind of sad. So I'm a little bummed out today because I really wanted to go and see my dog because it's been so long, you know. And I miss my dog. Apparently she's doing really well. But I wanted to see it myself, you know? But the drive was like an hour and a half, and I can't drive that far right now, like, safely. In my current condition, being that far away from, like, this and that, being outside for that long, I just can't do it. But I'm glad my dog is doing well. She's like 13 now or something. I'm not gonna. I don't feel like talking about it for too long, but I can't drive that far because I vomit stomach acid like at least once a day at a random time, and being that far away without close access to a bathroom would be really bad. And I'm not in the mood to talk about it for too long right now. No, I don't know what Prince Rupert drops are. I'm not telling that story for a long time, I think. What a day. because you know it's a whole day thing. No, I just said I don't. Maybe my 21st birthday. I won't be here. Well, I don't know where I'll be. I've never done a birthday stream, man. I've always been not home. Did I? Maybe. I was in a position to, so I probably did, yeah. I did, yeah, you're right. $30 into your 200,000th minute stream. Now, how do you know that? Let's hear it. How in the world could you know that that's how that is? My birthday's August 1st, yeah. It's not even that far away. Ugh. Being 21 will be pretty cool, except I can't do any of the things to make it cool anymore, so. But being there will be pretty cool. Yosh! I hope you have fun. It's pretty fun. Oh, cool. Every year felt like so significant until I became 17, and then I was like, wow, nothing has changed, you know? And then it just kind of continued that way forever. 18 to 19 was literally the most pointless experience of my, like, I've never experienced anything that, like, useless. 19 to 20 felt way more. But 18 to 19, bro? Literally, actually nothing. Also, because you guys know I have synesthesia, like every number has like a color. So 18 is like pastel red, and 19 is like pastel like red rose like lavender a little bit. Like it's barely different. Like it's like there's like a tinge of purple. It's like literally actually the same thing. It's just nothing. I'm not playing the what color is this game. I'm not. I refuse to stoop to that level today. My favorite color is green blue. By the way. Like green with a little blue, not blue with a little green. Green with a little blue. That's the best color in the world. Especially when it's next to other greens and blues. There is nothing more soothing than being in an environment in which there's green and green-blue stuff going on in the same place. Nothing more soothing in the entire world. Also, what the hell? Did you guys hear that? Something somewhere in my arm just, like, made the loudest noise, bro. No, we don't like yellow. Yellow's way too bright and obnoxious. The only, like, warm color even worth, like, talking about is orange. Everything else is garbage. I said what I said. Orange. That's it. I said what I said. I said what I said. Stop trying to bring up examples. Orange is the only one I care about. Oh, I'm mega colorist. I'm more colorist than you guys can possibly imagine. I think about color way more than the average person. Like, it's something I really think a lot about. Yeah, I love colors. If I'm in a place with, like, the colors I'm looking for, I just, like, I don't know. I'm happy. I'm just there. Colors mean a lot to me. It's like colors convey feelings that can't be described with words. Ever. Yeah, color and storytelling is really, really good. So late, dude. I keep having to blink. My eyes are watering up so bad today. Yeah, green is my favorite color by far. It's so good. Isn't it crazy that we all have, like, favorite colors? Like, what even is that? Why is that like that? What causes us to pick favorites in that regard? Is it something we're born with? Is it like something we developed as a kid, like through our environment and what made us happy and what didn't? Do we know? Is that something that's been researched? I don't. The reason I don't buy the fact that like what I see is red, you would see as green or something is literally just because I don't think that we'd be able to then put colors together in such pleasing combinations to like everyone consistently if that was the case. You'd have some weird stuff going on if everyone really genuinely saw different things for each one. And the fact that we define colors as warm colors and cool colors is further proof of that. Because those are warm colors and those are cool colors. Therefore, it can't be that far off. Is it Nava this? I think you sent me a clip earlier at some point. I think it was a sub. I haven't checked DMs in a while. I'm sorry if I've ghosted anyone. I don't go in Discord that much anymore. It's just not something I like doing as much. It's not good. I'm just not a big communicator, I guess. Yeah, I'll check it out. How light does green have to be to turn it into a warm color? I mean, it's one of those things, how big does something have to get before you consider it big or small? You know, one of those things where technically you add one more atom or change one frequency thing by this much, and eventually it will be different, but I don't know if that's such a, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, what, is there really a cutoff line, or is there a gray area where your brain is just gonna flip a coin? Maybe it's more so probability. Instead of there being a solid line where something changes to a different form of qualia, like how you define it, they're just like, there's a field of percentages in which a percentage always exists and it slowly increases over time and then it starts spiking eventually when you get to a certain point, instead of there being any specific like cutoff point. But that line exists. I don't think it has to. I think it could just be two waves that intersect. That's my new thought about it. Because I've always been baffled by the line. I think this is my new way of thinking about it. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you see something, and then there's a probability of you seeing it as one thing versus another thing, and then as that thing slowly gets bigger, or it's like small versus big, and it slowly gets bigger, eventually the percentage of, are you likely to call it large or small, start shifting in one direction, and then it's like this eventually, and then everyone will consider it big, 0% chance to consider it small, compared to whatever you're comparing it to. As opposed to there being like one specific atom that you add to something to make it then considered big versus small. That's how I'm going to go about thinking about it from now on. Right. Well, that's what I mean. For things like this, we're considering it, because other stuff you have some, like, standard for it, you know what I mean? Like, if it's, like, some sort of fixed observation, we're more talking about when would a human being consider something versus something else versus what criteria are we using scientifically to determine what something is. First list demon recommendations. I mean, all the stuff I would have suggested people in the past is gone now, except for Titan Complex, but it's at like 137 or something. But I love Titan Complex. I think a lot of people here should try it. It's fun. I don't know anything about Nightmare Chasm. Yeah, I don't know. The main list doesn't really have anything that's good anymore. Bloodlust is pretty good. Bloodlust was so fun to do runs on back when it was top 1. Back when everyone was like on 144 and we were all experimenting with it because it just came out. Because it wasn't like super hard to get a run done, and it felt really good to do one. I was best at the game in 2018. That was my peak skill. Because I went from beating Phobos in March to beating Deimos February of next year on 144, which is really hard. Deimos on 144, especially back then, no joke. If the meta wasn't going to 240 right then, things would have been very different. Because not only is it way easier on 240, like the hardest UFO click of all time, you can skip it on 240 because you can just go under the pathway there. Because remember, I didn't balance the level. It was just the version that I had. It was so hard. You had to do like a mouse click and then a spacebar click and a mouse click and a spacebar click in like rapid succession. Yeah. It's so hard. Like, it's ridiculously hard. And then it was just like, I also was the first Victor of Zyroy copied back then in mid-2018. I was quite good back then. Me and Tech were considered to be like the next big thing until I got worse and Tech got way better. I tried to keep up for a little while, but it was just impossible. But now these new players, man, they just wipe the floor with me. I mean, it was a different time back then. It was just a different time. Not everyone, like, back then, people just didn't have, like, the mental grit they have now. So, but I always had what I have. So I was, like, a top player just due to sheer perseverance alone. And, like, that willing to keep grinding stuff out. Nowadays, this is not enough. I never had this. I was never better than even though I was probably top 5 skill at some point, I was never better than, like, there's probably always, like, 200, 300 people better than me at any given point. But because I had that grit, I just did things that no one else was really willing to do very fast. Because I was putting in the time, I had a good mental for it. Because back then, like, taking, like, 20k in a level, oh my god, you know, that's too much. That's too much time. You can't do that. GD was not fun back then, it was awful. I heavily disagree. I miss it a lot. I hate GD now, honestly. Like, the new levels that come out, I hate them all, except for a few. I hate the kind of gameplay they are. It's just literally, levels got so hard, but they didn't get any longer. So that everything just became really unfun. Not every click is supposed to be the hardest thing of all time, in my opinion. It's not fun. Yeah. This is old gameplay, yeah. Dude, yeah, back then, we'd get one rated extreme like every 3 months, and it was like a spectacle every time. I'm glad stuff actually gets rated now. That was a crazy time. But it was such an event, man. It was such an event every time something got rated. Literally, like, you would know about it. Like, it was such a big deal. Nowadays, who cares? Like, everything's gonna get rated. You know what I mean? But back then, dude, like, Crimson Planet, oh my god, when that got rated, it was insane. We couldn't believe it. When Bloodlust got rated as fast as it did, even we were shocked. Like, it was Bloodlust, but we were still shocked. Like, seriously, that's how bad it was. And it's definitely because I was from that time, but I just thought the gameplay, like, even regardless of the difficulty, was just more fun then. Back in the day. I like levels from that time period more. They didn't mind being weird. They did it on purpose a lot of the time. Everything almost feels sterile compared to how it used to feel. All the weirdness feels manufactured. Like it was made on purpose to be weird, as opposed to just what comes next. And every level you get that's like experimental gameplay is always, have you guys always noticed, any level with experimental gameplay is either timing game mode for the whole time and there's weird timings and that's all it is, or it's like, let's make it one game mode for the whole time and you just do that, and that's what the experimental... It's not experimental to me. When I think experiment, I think stuff like Titan Complex. I think stuff where they don't even really care like the balancing of it, they just do it. You know, they're just like, let's have the icon move like this. I don't know, you know, like, just to do it. Let me go to the bathroom real quick and refill the water. No, you're right, yeah. Levels should absolutely be extensions of the songs. That's such a dead art. It's such a dead art. The gameplay doesn't change. Even if the decoration does, the gameplay never changes to reflect a song's point, ever. You know what I mean? Showscapes is fine, but I wouldn't have fun playing it. Like, regardless of anything else. Null was really good. Null was one of the levels I really like. But I think a lot of people think you have to put in a lot of effort into your decoration to make it that way. Like, not everything has to be null to achieve those goals. You know what I mean? In terms of, like, how much effort you're putting into the decoration. Yeah, I don't know. I never really liked the robot that much, also. It really spoke to me, I guess. Okay, but even if you like Shardscapes, do you like the sequel level? Because I think that's really bad. It's sort of just like a carbon copy, but it's like... I don't know. Like, what's the real difference there? Cool. I think Congregation does what Shardscape does, but better. Although I don't think the gameplay would be super fun to play. But I like the progression more. And it was like, that's more experimental to me, because like, that really hasn't, up to that point, there wasn't a whole lot of levels like Congregation, really. And that's another thing, again, where you don't need to go crazy on the decoration to make a good atmosphere. It's literally the exact same thing, by the way. This is the exact same thing as why I don't like the Osu-Mania, the Osu-Mania maps that come out nowadays are all like LN weird hybrid maps, where it's like they're just trying to do something unique instead of focusing on being fun at all, and they're just not enjoyable to me at all. As opposed to like older fresh chicken maps where it just like puts a random jump shuttle in there for a little bit for no reason, and it just does whatever. People always feel like they have to evolve or move on to something greater, or people won't look at their level. Which, I don't even know how much that's true. It might actually be true. You know what I mean? Maybe it's true that people feel like they have to innovate, they have to do something new in order to feel like anyone will look their way, because of just the nature of everything. But I think, I mean, literally, Asphera was one of the most refreshing levels I've ever played, because it didn't try to be new, you know? It was completely removed from the concept of, let's try to do something unique here. It just wanted to, it liked the song and wanted to make something with the song, put stuff together. No, LN's way more PP farm than Jumpstream could ever be. What do you mean? You played any of the new farm maps? They're all LN, all of them. The jump stream like goes up to like 6.5 stars and then it just stops going up without being like stupid. You can make like 270 dents and the game would still be like 6.5. I don't know. Slavic Goblin 6.3. Like, it doesn't go up anymore. It just stops. It just doesn't do it. Exactly, yeah. We did all the segments, and then I also did, I did the entirety of the 9D, like, Event Horizon Determination thing without dying. But it's still probably the best run on 9D. Although Paris is gonna smoke all of our progress now. As long as Golden 6D, because that's like 16 minutes or something. But the last 8 minutes is just like, lol, 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 hope you don't die, you know? It's like, it's not quite so serious. $6D is an experience, that's for sure. 8D is worse though by a lot, so I didn't even think about it. Like, I'll buy a lot. By an amount greater than you could possibly imagine. So, why? I don't want to play 70 Golden. It's so boring. It's the most boring thing you could ever imagine doing. Yeah, no, I don't know if the Golden's awful, guys. It's not so bad. It's got that one room, you know what I mean? But other than that, it's pretty fair. I didn't hate it. It's just a lot, you know? What do you mean, no discernible cycles? There's no room in there with no discernible cycles. I know the way. There's a pathway through it. I promise you. Image. How did, what is it? The hallucination go? I was talking about Celeste. Night or day. I don't. Why do you want to play Psychokinetic? I don't like that map. Ugh. I'm gonna hate Grandmaster, dude. It's probably just gonna be that. forever. I'll get around to it. Okay, well, I mean, Matt's ready. I think we're gonna play it at some point. I just need to find the day, and then I devote the time to it. Yeah. I just, with what time now, it's like, I hope. Why don't I use a heart rate monitor? Because I don't want that on me the whole time while I'm playing, and honestly, you wouldn't find it very interesting. Because my heart's very healthy. When it comes to stuff like this, my resting, like, I'm probably at like 50 beats per minute right now, like, unironically. And it's not gonna go above, like, 100 during a normal stream. It's just, there's no point in doing it. What do you mean I have no more time? I'm not really willing to play video games for more than like 6 hours a day. I have time for this, and Osu, and Bridge. And that's what I have the time to do. Other than that, I don't really want to play any more video games in a day. This is just not true. I mean, I am sitting for most of my day, but... Well, mostly be sick, if I'm being honest. I spend like 12 hours a day in bed, and then there's other 12 hours I spend like 12 hours a day in bed because I'm sick, and then 6 hours I play video games, and then for the other 6 hours I'm either out getting food, going to the grocery store, talking with my friends, cleaning up, or just doing something else around the house, or either doing like a puzzle or something. I don't know. No, I'm just sick all the time because of this thing. I found what I do to, like, that makes me happy, and I don't have a lot of time to do other stuff. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? If I get bored of one of the things I'm doing, maybe. I don't think, I mean, the list is not going to get that bad. I mean, it could definitely get that bad. I don't think it's going to get so bad, but I don't think it's going to get any better. So eventually it's just going to keep going down to somewhere. Wherever the eventual ending is. No, I can't, I mean, maybe when I get better, I'll be able to, and I have more energy, maybe I'll be able to do it longer, but I can't. I don't enjoy playing a single video game longer than 2 hours. Like, I want to do something else by that point. Not even as a matter of, like, I'm bored, let's do something else. It's just, like, I want my day to consist of more things than just this one thing. And if I spend that much energy on the one thing, then I'm going to find it harder to do the other things. And it's just not usually worth it. I'm going to fill up with them, because people keep making them, to be fair. And people like verifying them. I mean, Ren levels are basically that, right? And there's like 1 billion of them. Ren levels are like peak, like, here, let's put this random wave in here, and it's impossible for 3 clicks, and we're gonna do that 15 times throughout the level. That, to me, is a wave level. Yeah, exactly. I think it's another thing back then. It was like it took so much for a level to get rated. You weren't doing it casually if you wanted to get an extreme rated. The longest I've ever played G was like, I think it was when I did a day with Limbo. I think I was live for, how long was I live for? It was like 11 hours or something. It was a long time. It was a long GD. I was like actually losing my, I was just like actually going insane at the end of it. Like I couldn't process. Yeah, good job. And many more to come, hopefully. Man. Yeah, okay. I wanted to keep playing, but I just don't feel well. Like at all. I should probably just stop. I wanted to keep streaming for a little while, but I feel unstable. Let's put it that way. So I probably should not continue to push myself here. Why is Luigi's thing... Look at this. Why is Luigi, why is this thing white? You can see that? It's like, what's with this? That's already Luigi. I'm already here. I don't know what that's about, though. I've never seen that before, so... Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry I couldn't do much today. It just wasn't my day. I don't feel good. So maybe, maybe we'll get a good one moderately soon. I feel like it's got to happen eventually. So, you know. Alright, see you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.